WayofFlowingTime here, bringing to you another episode of Resonance Rises. So I did a tad bit of work right now. Well, not really too much work, just added a roof to this building, and we've been getting a little happy fun time over here and getting this room ready for work. Now, I was debating which room this room would be. I was thinking either it would be our room for all of our automation. Well, not all of our automation. I doubt we'd be able to fit all of it in, but oh dear. Or we could make it as our, well, step towards bee breeding. So I think I'm going to go with the latter one. And we're going to go and try to get some bee apocalypses going. And that's going to require a lot of liquid DNA, which requires a lot of sacrifice on the point of our bees. Let's give us 20 ticks of silence for those brave bees that were lost. Okay, moving onwards. Let's see, what do we have? We got, well, still a lot of ores. I processed some of the regular ones in that simple setup right over there and managed to get, well, quite a few diamonds actually. This does, it seems to, I would say it's a magnet for diamonds, but seeing as diamonds are not exactly magnetizable, let's just end this thing right now, shall we? Okay, so instead of the energy cube, I just brought a simple line from below, and it's, well, unceremoniously feeding the entire network as well as our energy because, well, frankly, these are going to be running all of the time anyways, so we might as well have them running for a just cause. Now, there's one thing that I'm trying to add to this space, well, a few things in different layers, so that it'd be a bit more open. Now, one thing I have trouble with cave bases, and this tower base I kind of consider a cave base considering, well, seeing as there's no direct sunlight, is the fact that, well, there's no direct sunlight, which is a bit of a problem in some cases because I like my sunlight just how I like my wheat. Out in the open, where I can just nom on it. You know, that joke would have been a lot better if I managed to execute it properly instead of being a total nut job. Anyways, so to help remedy this situation, I'm starting to have some patios. Aha, it's the other area. I'm starting to add some patios to different levels. It's not going to have direct sunlight all the time though, and it's going to work a lot better when there's not a freaking light curtain here, so it might have to be reserved for other ones. Now, I did add something to my power suit. If you'll check here, I got the jetpack module as well as the flight control. Now, here, we can turn it on and activate. Now we are able to fly with the grace of a pigeon with one of its wings cut. Let me just try to illustrate it. In creative mode flying, I'm able to hold space, like I'm doing now, and fly up. However, I'm able to hold shift and fly down. I have to look down and go with the W key. Now you might see a problem with that when I'm looking up. It also happens at a slightly odd angle as well, so it makes, let's just say this, the bottom of this thing with just the stairs and the slab stuff here took a freaking long time, but I digress. So let's actually turn that dang module off. It's usually, I'm just going to use it for transportation. I might need to create a thumb static harness to better utilize this stuff later. And let's charge our temporary energy cube over back down here so we can get started on a few things. Now, I think we're going to go and do a bit of stuff required for bee breeding. And thankfully, we do have a lot of stuff prepared. For instance, if we just check our ingots, we have probably more than enough ingots to get a good head start on all the bee breeding that, well, not the bee breeding, but the genetic manipulation of the bees that we're going to need. So let's get this started, and it's going to be not the forestry, but it's one of our mods. Extra bees, I think it is. Extra cells. Blah, blah, blah. One moment, gentlemen. Okay, here is the stuff that we need. All of the very advanced machines. Let's just not open with that inventory thing. Let's see. We're going to need advanced genetic machines, obviously, but we're going to need specifically the isolator, the replicator, the purifier, the inoculator, and the synthesizer. So that's going to be 5 machines requiring 5 advanced genetic machines, which is going to be a pain in the keister. Keister, I say. So that is going to require a bunch of these circuit boards, actually. And you know what? Do I have everything required for such a machine? I probably do. We're going to need to get an aqueous accumulator down again. So let's go and basically aqueous. And basically, dang it, I forgot which page the extra bees stuff was on. No matter. Okay, so we're going to need a pneumatic servo. We're also going to need a machine frame, which I can't believe I don't actually have here. And we're going to need a bucket, as well as finally getting the aqueous accumulator. And this will make it a tad easier for us to accumulate the liquid. And actually, that's very... How are... Okay, Dave, fix your server. Fix your server, I say! Okay, now that that infinite spring is going, we'll be able to spring up a few more circuit boards than that. And I think we have... we'll have enough for more circuit boards. Anyways, now that we have that circuitry going, let's see. How are we going to go with this? Machine? Is it through the machine? Yes, we're going to need 5 of these anyway, so we might as well go through it all, and we're going to need 4 more apiarist machines. So let's go and check what that needs. That's going to need a few more sturdy casings. And then get this. Haha! 6? Why'd I make 6? Bloody hell! That is a bit of a problem. Now we have 7 apiarist machines. I cannot believe at how horrible my accent is. Accent aigu or accent gras, it doesn't really matter. Oh well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we at least got those down and out, but we're still going to need the bronze and the redstone. Actually, I think this is all we're going to need. And I'm going to attempt to remember the recipe. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. There we go. And we're going to need that. So how many are we going to need? We're going to need 5 circuit boards. So let's throw the remaining bronze into there. And that's going to get our genetic machines. So now we're going to have to obviously see the uses of the genetic machines. And after an eternity and a day, we can see that there are actually quite a few things that we're going to need. We're going to need 3 emeralds, blaze rods. We're going to need empty serum vials. We're going to need to get gas tiers, magma creams, more empty serum vials, as well as soul sand. So I'm going to go gather soul sand, the emeralds. I think I have the emeralds somewhere. And all of those fun materials, including the magma cream. You don't want to know how I'm going to produce that. And then I think we'll be able to jump into that. And if we have time... Nah, I won't even start with that. It'll just get your hopes up. Hello there, Blazes. How are you doing? You seem to be a little under the weather. Aw, that's a shame. Ah. Ah. Anyway, so let's stop that. There's this NEI tooltip you can see at the top that allows me, when I highlight a block, to see what the block is. I'm just going to use it a bit to see if it doesn't give me a headache. If it does too much, yeah, I'm gonna probably be annoyed. So we have a bunch of blaze rods. I'm not gonna bother with the proper method in actually getting them. Actually, do we have any other slime balls? We have 1, and we got a magma cream. So that's actually enough, seeing as we don't need anything else. Let's see. What the? How did the stuff reverse in crafting? Okay, server lag. You can sometimes just be annoying. You know that? You know that? You probably know that. So I'm just gonna stop talking to the... Uh, anyways, okay, so... Going back up into our processing area, and actually that thing is giving me a bit of a headache, so I think I'll stop doing that. Let's see, there we go. Ah, much better. Whew. Who would have thought that would have been so annoying? Okay, so let's throw that in there and that in there, and we're going to check the usages, and that is really odd that I... Oh, wait, we're actually going to need to make these, aren't we? Ha! Can't get away that easily, chum. Okay, 5 of those, and we can get rid of those. And let's see, now that we have those advanced genetic machines, we're probably going to need to make a mountain of these. Actually, we're going to need some sand as well, so that we'll be able to have everything a little more happy. Happy as it can be. La 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 la. Okay, getting away or ahead of myself, I do not know which is the difference. Let's get that mini-map back to how it's supposed to be. Throw these into the furnace, and then see if I can remember some of the recipes that we are going to need. For one, that's going to be there. And if I remember correctly, if you get the emeralds like that and 1 piece of redstone here, that is not the recipe, is it? No, I believe that is the gas tier recipe. Yes, here's the purifier. And once we get all this stuff down, it'll be a lot easier. In fact, speaking about easier, let's just use hyperdrive and make sure we don't pass it like a lunatic. There it is. Okay, so we need a few other machines as well. Hey, look! It doesn't have it right there. I hate when the NEI pages don't sync up. And I probably passed it, didn't I? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we need the isolator as well, which is going to need a few of these, I suppose. And we'll get that. Okay, now that we have the isolator, we're going to need the replicator, which we don't have the stuff for. We got the purifier. We need the inoculator, which we don't have everything for, and the synthesizer, which I bloody well hope we do. Hey, look! Actually, where did those go? I thought I had tanks there. Tank? Tank! Thank you very much for being such a pain. Actually, how come I don't have the tanks? Oh, I used it for another recipe. Derp. Duh! Okay, so let's get our tanks down, and we're going to need the synthesizer. So, synthesizer get, that's 3 machines out of the way. Now we're going to need to get that other part, which is going to require a bit of partitioning, and that, I know, for all those coders out there, that is not the correct usage of the word. However, I thought it'd just be nice to throw it out there so that it seems smart. But then again, because I explained that it wasn't the proper usage, it makes me look like a complete dumbass, but hey, them's the rules. Okay, so royal jelly from the bee setup that we had working for such a long time, but seeing as there's no chunk loaders, I guess it doesn't really matter. And now that I notice it, there are a lot of flowers here. Tiptoe through the flowers, ba-da-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da, bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-da. Anyway, so let's move onwards and throw these over here. Let's actually throw all of these royal jellies in. All of the royal jellies. All of them, I say. And let's see. We're running out of storage, actually. Well, slot-wise, in that single disk. Eventually, we are going to need to make some more, but anyways, I digress. Let's see. Replicator. We're also going to need eyes of Ender, which are going to require these. And we obviously don't have that correct recipe. However, we can do a little sorcery right here. Grab those, throw those in, and now we're going to need to get some powder. Just take a powder break, and of course I can't hold it. I can't hold it! I can't hold it! Oh dear. Okay, so another thing that we're going to need is the replicator, which needs empty serum vials, which, well, that actually takes quite a bit. Did you not actually make it? Oh, wait. That might be interesting. Is that how it is? No? Oh, we just don't have the glass panes. Durr. That's a pain. And I think two stacks actually should be sufficient. That'll be good enough. We'll recoup the glass losses at a later point in time. We already have that. Let's back up. And of course, I keep on choosing the wrong one. That's it. Okay, so empty serum vials. Really now? You're not going to do it. Okay, shift click. Now you do it. Okay, so how many are we going to go with? Let's go with 24 serum vials. We have more than enough royal jelly. The gold reserves will stock up eventually. And let's just throw... We're only going to need 6 of those anyway. So isolator, no. Replicator, we need that. Really, man? Okay, I'm just take your time. Take your time. No, I'm not in a rush. Don't worry. Ah, there you go. Thank you very much for your patronage. It's not like I waited forever, but them's the rules. Okay, now we just need our magma cream, and I think I'll do this myself, thanks. And now we have the inoculator. Okay, so let's see. We have more than enough redstone energy conduits. And do we have enough liquid ducts? Yes, we do. So now let's set up our bee stuff. Okay, I'm going to reconnect and fix that. Actually, F3A. And okay, I'm going to reconnect and see if this can get fixed. We're back with a butt kicking, and we are going to kick some butt. Bee butt, but not directly the butt because, you know, they have stingers and everything. It would definitely be a bit of a... Yeah, it'd be a sting operation, and I don't think I'm ready for stuff like that. Heyo! Anyways, so let's see. Let's just work our way up here. And once again, we do have a wall at our leisure. So let's try to... I said... Actually, I didn't say anything, so I guess I can forgive you. So, how are we going to set this up? And let's actually get each of these down so we can just show what all of them are. And I can place them in the correct location so I don't... Yeah, okay, so basically all the bee stuff is fed by liquid DNA, right here, and liquid DNA is created by this gene pool, which is, apparently once you go black, you never go back. Anyway, so it's fed by this, and it needs bees to be put into here, and it makes it into liquid DNA. Am I going to use this again? Probably not. So let's just show, and it uses a bunch of the energy. I don't know why it's going that way. I think that might be a glitch. But oh well. So it made a liquid DNA and it's getting, well, piped or liquiducted. We should make aqueducts. Aqueducts would be a lovely acquisition. You know? Anyways, let's go and of course I had to go like that. Their way is steaming ahead like a nutball, but what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Probably something that's less destructive than that. And we're only going to have so many liquid ducts anyways, and a lot of these are going to require a bunch of those. So let's go and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect! Okay, so let's go over the machine. Sorry for the shout. So there are a bunch of different things here. Actually, the replicator I probably don't need. Actually, I don't think I have the replicator. I'm gonna have to research the replicator, but anyways. So there's a bunch of different machines here. And they all have individual purposes, as you can probably figure out. The isolator needs to have a bee in it for it to isolate, and it also needs empty serum vials. What it does is it breaks down the bee, and if we pull out our beealyzer, what it does is it takes one of these traits randomly, so all the way from species to even whether it's a cave dweller, etc., and then it just gives us particular serum, actually. So let's check all of the serums. Actually, these aren't all the serums. These are just the base species ones. And ooh, I should make some of these. I should definitely make some of these. These will be fun. That's Xeno's Reliquary. Definitely not in the scope of what we're talking about, but anyways. So, the isolator. The isolator does not require liquid DNA. It just uses a bee. So this doesn't actually need to be there. So actually, let's put it here anyways. See, it doesn't connect. And we'll have it as part of the energy. There. Okay. And if we put the energy cube here, it'll be... it won't be recessed in... Yes, it will be recessed in the wall. Ha! Yes, it will, but then why will the cable be out like that? Stop overthinking things. Anyways, let's put that redstone energy cell here and have it output, and now we'll get the inoculator to get some energy. Hello? Actually, that's interesting. Why aren't you receiving any sort of energy? Okay, it has 0. Wait a second. 0 of 0? Okay, I gotta talk to Kieran about this, and I'll be back. 0 of 0, 0 of 0, 0 of 0. Okay, I'll be back. Let's try this again. Let's put that there. Let's put that there. And it's working without any sort of power. Okay, that is a glitch. Actually, I think this might be in some sort of developer. Yeah, I'm going to have to contact Kieran Dave soon because it doesn't... Well, obviously this is not... Wait a second. Insufficient power and the progress bar stopped. However, if we put that back down... Okay! Okay, that is definitely a glitch we're going to need to figure out, but what it pretty much is that it won't show the energy bar whatsoever. So either it just has, maybe it's just a usage-based system right now, or it's just not working whatsoever. And that is a bit of a problem. Okay, so now we got this. I'm gonna have to check. Okay, does this completely die if I were to leave it? It might die. If it completely dies, that means that it might be storing an infinite amount of energy. If that is the case, that could pose a bit of a problem with our energy. We're gonna have to... Okay, so it's just not showing how much energy it has. It does have an energy buffer. However, it is glitched, so we are going to need to figure that out. Anyways, so the isolator, as I said, it takes B traits, and you can see this has no humidity tolerance and no temperature tolerance serums. They're not the most useful, I can tell you that right now. So what we're going to do is cook them in the powered furnace, and that is going to return the empty serum vials. But that's nice. What we're going to want to do is take some of our bees, our good bees, the nice rocky ones, get a rocky on or something, anyways, and get them going at a bit more favorable of a pace, etc. Now, you may have noticed that there is a particular set chance that the bee will be consumed. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. So that means that, well, it takes a random trait. However, since there's a chance for the bee to be consumed, unlike previous versions of this isolator, it means that you can't just breed something up and just grab it or anything like that. Okay, so let's actually get into some of the stuff that's going to need other stuff. One of the things that we'll need is the synthesizer. So let's take this, and this does require liquid DNA. As you can see, it's connecting. And its brother or sister unit is not the inoculator. Let's get that out of the way. Is the purifier. So what these do are quite similar. Let's just give them power. And once again, we can see that there is a bit of an issue with the power. However, what we'll do is go and grab some of this. Derp. just derp. There we go. Let's just fill these up with liquid DNA, and we can see that it's showing a percentage amount of full, not the actual numbers, but oh well. So these are pretty simple. What we do is we take these things. So let's look at one that is going to be very useful for us. Let's see. Both 5 humidity tolerance serum. This is very important when you're breeding bees in a very hostile area. So for instance, if we give it to wintry bees, you can see that this is average quality, but it's empty. So what we need to do is synthesize some serum. And to do this, we throw it into the synthesizer, and what it'll do is use a lot of energy from this. In fact, it's going to drain this so quickly you won't believe it, and then just have a little fun time with this. So all this bean manipulations of its genetics code will really draw a lot of power from your system. And in fact, this fast productivity is one of the most important ones, though is not the most important one. What we really want is the 4 times productivity, which will give us a big edge when we're going in the future. Anyways, so now you see one charge, and you may notice the average quality. The average quality denotes the chance. Basically, the quality of the serum denotes the chance that when you are inoculating a bee, that it could cause some serious side effects. So let's grab one of our bees, one of our industrious bees actually. Let's see. We got some here, we got one there. Let's get this one. All is fair. Okay, let's throw... Hey, stop that. Okay, let's go up here and just check this. So this industrious is normal, fast, etc. And it's quite a good bee. However, if we were to inoculate it to, say, turn it to Rocky Bee with a lower quality than perfect, I don't think lower quality, I don't think perfect is a quality. I think there's some other quality. Anyways, you can see by synthesizing it, it goes lower and lower quality, and we'll get to that in a second. You may notice, well, okay, let's see. We're going to need to explain this in conjuncture with the inoculator. So let's plonk the inoculator down, and what it needs is a serum right here and a bee. And what this will do is take the serum vial and apply it to the bee and change the genetic makeup of the bee. Now, if you use a poor quality serum, what can happen is that it will, well, it won't like the serum, and it could turn into a swarmer bee, which eventually will die out. There are some uses for swarmer bees. Oh, perfect. But I don't personally want to use them. However, we're going to want excellent quality. So I'm going to wait for this to go to 16 charges, which is the maximum. Then I'll be back. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how do we take this awful quality serum with 11 whole charges, take it out, and then try to make it into a better person? Better person? Well, considering that it's a serum and not a person, heck, it's not a liquid DNA of a bee, then again, considering it's liquid DNA, is there any possibility that it can be applied to a human? No, probably not. Anyways, I digress. Let's throw this into the purifier, which, you probably can tell by the name, will purify the charges in here and upgrade the quality little by little. Now, you may have noticed that this entire setup, this is my second energy cube here, and it's just draining the stuff away at an alarming rate, frankly. We're going to need either a better energy storage, or we're going to need a better long-term energy provider than we currently have. And sure, these engines are fine and everything. However, we do need something with a little more pizzazz. Yes, pizzazz. We definitely need our pizzazz over in this spaz, and that is horrible. It doesn't even rhyme, but I'm going to use that turn of phrase anyways. So suck it up, Bucky. And now, if we look, we're now at a poor quality instead of awful, then it's going to be good, then it's going to be great, then it'll be excellent. Excellent, I say, excellent. Now, it always amazes me how much time passes when I am recording this stuff. It just feels like I hardly do anything in these episodes, and yet time already is escaping us. And, well, I'd love to be able to stop that. However, I don't think I'd be able to. Now, what I think I'd like to do in probably the next episode is be able to have some sort of automated system for all of these systems. I want to be able to automatically take a serum, and if it's run out charges, be able to throw it into a synthesizer, and if it's run out, and if it's a horrible quality, I want to be able to throw it into a purifier to purify it. And that is going to be, well, I don't know how universal of a system I'd be able to make it, because frankly, there's only so much I'd be able to do with the limited stuff. I might have to, well, I don't think applied energistics is going to help in any way, shape, or form, because, well, there's the precision stuff, there's the fuzzy stuff, though the fuzzy stuff, it only means that it ignores, maybe it ignores metadata, though considering that these have the exact same damage values. Anyways, that's something I'm probably going to have to look at in the future and hopefully get something like that. Maybe next episode what we can do is, if we get a little bored with the speed stuff, attempt to start the sorcery stuff. If you can see, let's just right click that. There's a lot of stuff we're going to need to look. There's also some clouds, and we're going to want to get some elemental ore. I haven't obviously found some of that. Ooh, a blaze bow? Unicorn hair. Something tells me we're going to be hunting very, very soon. Well, that's all the time for this episode of Resonance Rises. Oh, wait a second. Actually, I want to check something. Since this stuff is in the ore dictionary, the ores, the elemental ore, and all of this stuff should have been registered to the ore dictionary. If not, that's stupid. So, in theory, we could get netherite, onyx, and infernite, as well as the nice elemental ore in this system by simply waiting and seeing what we have. In any case, I'm probably going to need to set up another quarry because all of this sorcery stuff does look a little interesting, especially with the fact that, well, origin teleport as well as just general teleporting, etc. Anyways. Well, now that's all the time we have for this episode of Resonance Rises. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Let's try this again. Nope, still hate it. Have a wonderful day.